Audio.
So, when does a relation boat become a relationship?
I don't know.
When there's a captain.
Are you? So does that mean you're the captain of your relationship?
No, it's a relation. Yes, yes, thank you. That's so dumb. All right,
We've been rolling for a while.
Hey guys, welcome to the Not So Round Table. As you know, we do stuff.
What? We do what? I'm like, wow, out of it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Not So Round Table. George and I, this is the show where us and sometimes a guest answer questions that come from the Helm of Reasoning. It's full of questions that you guys have submitted in previous videos.
Yeah, we have no guests because we've pissed them all off.
They've all left. Tom left the state. He was like, screw you guys. We're trying to get some interesting guests in the coming weeks.
Who? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've got some we got some
yeah.
interesting guests maybe coming in the next couple weeks, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Some people that we haven't had before, so that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Before we started answering questions, I wanted to real quick thank some of the people that came out to our Airsoft camp on the West Coast, or not the Airsoft, Airsoft Nation on the West Coast. This
Northern
year.
California.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do your
Sorry.
thank yous. Just
Who
thank you.
came to Airsoft Nation, Northern California, this year. So I wanted to shout out to Sean Morrison, Wicked559. He's got a great Instagram and some awesome gameplay footage. He really held it down. Dave from Airsoft Obsessed, thank you for coming. Leah, the Airsoft Unicorn, Jet Desert Fox, Chris Bast, or Chris Hollywood. You guys might know him. The guys from Next Level Tactical came up as well, or came down as well. Arwen Milsim Junkie came out. I also wanted to thank Moondog, Tom Del Mundo, for running the event for us. He did a fantastic job. Everything went smoothly. Anytime you have a large event with a lot of games and try to fit it in a time schedule, there's always like small setbacks and things, and he did a fantastic job of trying to keep on schedule and making sure everybody was having a good time. So thank you, Tom. And then the last two people I want to thank are Josh, my XO. Could not have done it without you, dude. We did a fantastic job, and I have you to thank for that. But the other two XOs of mine were Dave from Airsoft Obsessed and the Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball, I got to hand to you, man. You did some great work.
Did you
it's
win?
the one time I'm thanking you.
Did you win?
I don't think we should talk about that.
Did you win?
I think we've rubbed it in enough.
Oh, so you won.
I won.
Well, I guess that makes up for Airsoft.
We should not. Yeah, that's why. We should just leave it.
It's just negated now.
We're done.
Your rivalry's done.
We're done. It's all fair.
All right.
I forgot to bring you your fish. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I was going to use a melee stuffed fish. I had a camouflage fish that I was going to
It's just a cat toy.
trout people with.
I just said it's a cat toy. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's a cat toy?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what my dad said.
That's cool.
Levi Miller asks, what was your favorite part about Broken Home 3?
Oh. Well, I mean, okay, so the classic folly would be like, oh, I loved the helicopter.
Yeah, so let's do the non-helicopter question. Honestly, my favorite thing about Broken Home 3 was that was our first time we were attending an American Milsim game.
Yes.
And immediately, everything was different than what I was used to. It was more relaxed. There was honestly, it was kind of a more community-based game. It felt like.
I liked the fact that while there was quite a bit of structure, most of the running of the game, most of the structure was left to the players once the game had started, versus having a whole bunch of game controls yelling at you to do this and do that. The other thing I like is that the people that were commanding were in the game playing and not standing back. I liked that.
I thought it was very well run. I like the community style where it's almost everybody doesn't really switch sides. As a vendor and a sponsor and a partner, we change sides all the time because we want to play with cost this game or we want to do UFS. But like the other groups, some of them are just so hardcore, like they stick within their communities, which is kind of cool.
It's definitely green versus tan.
Yeah, it really builds a rivalry, and that's kind of cool.
And the level of the smokes and pyrotechnics they use were on a regular game legit.
Yeah, it's kind of nice about being out east that you can just throw smokes everywhere without really having to worry about it. Out here, we're gonna start a fire. And
Well, we started a fire anyway, but
yeah, but that was I don't know how that happened, but we put it out. That was
I think I was talking to the guys. Like I guess
that was at Ironclad.
I guess
though.
it's like a specific. It was an Ironclad, but I guess like a specific color is more prone to fire. Yeah.
I wonder what color that was.
I don't remember. I'll have to ask.
I mean, it was
I think
black.
It was black.
It was black smoke, though.
No,
wasn't.
I think it was. I think it's their black smokes.
Oh,
because they have black smoke. Well, we'll see.
You mean they have gray? They don't have black.
Yeah, they have black. They have black and white now. Yeah.
Your turn.
Anyway. Okay, here we go. This one's from Amy Slaughter. Oh, that's a cool name. How old do you think you have to be to go to a Milsim event? And how much airsoft experience should one have before going to a Milsim event? And I like the theme idea for NSRT. Well, thank you.
We'll bring it back.
Bringing it back.
We'll bring it back eventually. I just gotta think of a theme. That's
Your
really
thoughts?
age. I think Line Claws is 18. American Milsim, I think, is 18.
It
Or
is, but I
maybe
think you have to
it's-
have a parental...
Yeah, I think you can maybe do 16 if you have a parental with parent with you.
Mhm.
Sorry, I was double checking and they were rolling.
Most of the time, for big Milsim events, you have to be
18.
an adult.
Yes,
And
and it's mainly just a waiver and a liability issue versus versus the issue with being kids or whatever. It's mainly just sometimes, like for example, at Irene or at it's even a better example, Red Storm West. No minor should be walking around that facility. That is just a liability waiting to happen because you can get hurt. And it's amazing that only one person got hurt.
Right.
And
that was... Thank God it was Jet and not somebody else.
yeah, exactly. So, like, the fact that only one person got hurt during that game blew my mind away because, like, we almost got hurt a few times. Like, I almost stepped in a rabbit hole and didn't even really know it, just because I wasn't paying attention. And
then I was doing stupid things.
And then, so then after that, I was, like, looking around, like, where am I stepping? But that's pretty much the reason why. And in terms of what you should, I don't think your level of play really matters, whatever level you're at, but your conditioning matters. If you can't have stamina to be able to walk and run and everything all day, then, or if your gear is not set up for something that's all day, then you need to work on that.
I will say this, and I know you didn't ask this, but I think attitude has to do a lot with your whether or not you should be going to Milsim events or not. For example, if you go to a Milsim game and you're of the opinion that, no, screw you, man, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm just here to shoot at people. I don't want to work in a squad or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just going to do my own thing.
That's
like,
not for you.
A Milsim event is not for you. Because the whole reason behind having a military simulation event is because you're there to work in a cohesive unit and take
Squad-based.
orders from people and work as a group.
And complete an objective versus how many kills you got.
Right, and there's just no place for that cocky attitude. So if you're going to show up, and you want to be part of the team, absolutely, you're ready.
See? Perfect. Mm-hmm. Good question. Ooh, I grabbed the one that's... Anyway, Speed of Chucky asks, what kind of tracer unit do you guys prefer, mag or suppressor? Suppressor, because that way you don't have to have different magazines.
Yes. Yes.
In terms of which one, I have a TM mark suppressor.
Although the new X-Cortex work really well.
Yeah, that is true. That one is really nice too, and it has the PEC box and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I know a few of the other ones we have work pretty well as well. I just personally really like that old school TM.
And if you go with a suppressor version of a tracer unit, you can always throw it on a gas or AEG gun.
True.
So if you're using multiple, there you go.
Yeah, the main
adaptability.
Yeah, it's adaptability, exactly. Perfect.
I've got to figure out how to put a tracer in my...
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I have a tracer in my gun, and I really like how it's just set up for a tracer whenever I want it.
After playing several night games without a tracer unit, I realized that I'm ill prepared for night games. I have no idea where
use the light. You can use the light, but sometimes having a tracer is really cool. I think I might run tracer BBs next time I get the opportunity.
All right. Strider asks, hey NSRT, what are the differences / benefits / cons of ratio gears?
So different type of
They're all
so
okay.
like
Love this
heights-
show. Keep it up.
Yeah. So with high ratio or with different ratio gears. So you have your standard ratio,
which is still a ratio.
Yes, it's still a ratio, but I think he's meaning, all right, so like if you have like a high speed ratio gear set, it's going to put more wear on other aspects of your gearbox, meaning your piston. Your piston's going to take the most wear.
So the way ratios in gear meshing works, I'm sorry. This take 30 seconds.
Can I
30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. So ratioed gears. A gear ratio translates the motion of one gear, the rotation of one gear, and modifies the speed of the rotation of the second gear or third gear, depending on the type of ratio you have. So, for example, your motor is doing X amount of turns, and that is translated through the pinion gear and then through your sector gear and your spur gear, and so you're resulting with a certain number of turns on your sector gear, right? Sector gear. Okay, so then a higher ratio for speed would result in more spins of that sector gear per spin of your motor or spin of the entire gear set. A more torque-related or lower gear ratio would give you less overall spins of the sector gear per spin of the rest of the gears and motor. So you would want less spins because it is less strenuous or less damaging to the other components, like the piston, like George said, of the other rotating mass, of the rotating masses, the bearings, the motor, things like that. So less wear and tear. However, you don't have the speed. Also, when you're running a lower ratio, you're able to pull back a stronger spring because you're probably using a more torquey motor. Was that 30 seconds? I think it was 30 seconds.
Minute 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Good answer. Pretty much exactly what he says. Personally, I would stick with the standard ratio, or even think about now with it depends what you're using it for, like what your application is. If you're trying to build a high-speed setup, then you know you're going to have to do a certain amount of work anyway. If you're building a gun, like for example, actually now your 416 is set up the same way, where it's designed really for semi-auto, and the reason we did that was because of how many games we're attending where semi-auto is the rule. Mm-hmm. And because of that, like, both of our guns shoot really slow on full auto.
Yeah,
but my gun shoots really fast on semi, you know, like, so
very snappy.
It's very snappy, and it's designed like that for a reason.
Hi-ya!
What are you doing? Like, are the sound effects really necessary?
Yep. Zane Miller asks, "Hey guys, have you ever played a round of drunken airsoft before? And with who?"
Wait, who would it?
Zane Miller.
This is a kids network, or no? This is a child-friendly. You don't want. Honestly,
have you ever played Funny Airsoft?
I have played Funny Airsoft. Of course, I've played Funny Airsoft. Okay. And to be honest with you, like alcohol and any type of athletics, anything is a horrible idea. Yeah. So I mean, I
don't condone doing it.
Yeah, I don't think that that's a good idea at all. I think that's more of like a relaxing thing after a game, but
yeah,
you know, but
because it's so good at rehydrating you.
Yeah, but I just when you're at that when you're at a different state of mind and trying to do a physical activity, your probability for injuries, your probability for
1,000 times
everything
higher.
is just not good. So no, I've had games of Funny Airsoft, but I've never had any games that were drunken airsoft. We're just going to move on to the next question because I can see the look on your face right now. Cole Loth asks, "I'm an intermediate player in airsoft, but I don't play that much. When I do play, though, I'm usually too scared or don't want to get shot so I can play the entire game. And that usually results in me staying back and not wanting to move up. How can I fix this?"
Allow me to train you, my friend.
What I learned, airsoft is, especially pickup airsoft, is a lot like paintball. Mm-hmm. And I played paintball for years in college with some really hardcore friends, and we played a few local tournaments, stuff like that. But what I learned from playing with them and just playing in general, speed and maneuvering wins.
Boom.
And the difference between like real gun tactics versus airsoft is speed in airsoft is very useful because, I mean, if you get shot, you could take risks. Reward.
The reality is you're going to die.
Eventually,
Like,
yeah.
you're going to be shot.
Yes, if you want to actually play it as like airsoft, as you're having fun, and you want to kill a lot of people and stuff like that, if you're using it for a different application like training or something like that, then you obviously don't want to build bad habits. But if you don't care, just run and do something. So basically, my advice is at the start of the game, gain as much ground as you can. Find the best piece of cover, kill a bunch of dudes,
Get angled, die,
and
rinse, repeat.
Yes, and then always don't trade shoot. So meaning I'm behind this structure, someone's behind that structure, and we're just both peeking out trying to shoot somebody. You're going to it's you're 50-50 at that point. So what you want to do is get fire superiority, pin him down, and then either have a teammate move or you move while that person is pinned down. Don't just peek and then go back and then peek. You're not going to get good that way.
I understand that you're apprehensive about being shot with airsoft guns. Believe me, after a little while, it doesn't bother you anymore.
Yeah.
You get hit, you keep playing. It's not a thing. In fact, I've gotten to the point now where I really enjoy it. As weird as that sounds, like I like getting lit up. So
yeah, like you'll. I remember like few bad hits I had like in my arm another week ago. Almost like, oh yeah, like,
it's a weird.
You kind of almost enjoy it at that point.
And if you need somebody to help you move more, the way my team used to train is you'd have one of your teammates on your backside grabbing your drag handle, and you have 30 seconds behind cover. If you're not moving after 30 seconds, they're gonna pop you in the butt. So their one job is to move with you and shoot you if you don't move.
It's almost like a sergeant in the Civil War. Then you go forward.
Yeah,
or I'll shoot you.
Exactly. and yes, it's not effective, and it totally gets you shot a whole bunch. But it trains you to always be looking for that next point that you can move to.
Sometimes the unexpected things will do unexpected results. A good example, watch the Irene series of Jet, of some things that he was doing when we were defending rooms. Like, he didn't just stay in a corner. He actually took the fight to the enemy and took down a bunch of dudes before he ran out of ammo, just because he was advancing towards them, which was unexpected. You know, stuff off the wall, stuff like that works, especially in airsoft.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
especially because if you're afraid to get shot, guaranteed somebody on that team's afraid to get shot.
Yes. Good question, though.
Yeah.
We have time for one more question.
Was that me or you?
That was me.
It was you.
I was.
All right, last question, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Better be good. Let's hope it's good. Untamed Airsoft asks, what do you find more entertaining, having a friendly game or annihilating your rivals or foes?
Oh, do we have any foes?
My friends are my foes. I wish to eliminate all of my friends at all times. Unfortunately, they're usually on my team.
Which you still try to eliminate.
So I just walk away and
what does it turn into when you're at a Milsim game and your friends are all bored for a second, or the game ends? The first thing everybody does is look at each other, going. It's like a standoff at that point. Just like Todd and myself after Red Storm, he tried to go after me with his pistol. I'm like, all right, fine, let's do this. Of course, I want to pick up a rifle.
Historically, I've enjoyed fast, kind of friendly pickup games. That's just kind of where
shooting your friends is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, some people when they go to like pickup games, there's a lot of people out there who like, I want to run with my team. So all 8 guys are on one team, and you steamroll the other team because you have like cohesion and teamwork.
That's what we
and
used
then.
to do.
Yeah, exactly. And then that gets boring. Don't you want to split it up 4-on-4 and shoot your own teammates?
I'd really like to shoot my own guys.
Yeah, what I like about that is you can make your own rules up. You can basically shoot each other, like point blank and be stupid. And
yeah. The great thing about playing with your friends in just like a friendly game is you really can do anything you want, as long as you're being safe, of course.
Yeah. Within the confines of the rules of the field.
Right.
But you could shoot them. You could come up behind them. Like, I remember I was playing. This was a paintball story a long time ago, but it was still funny when I was playing against a friend. And it turned out, like, so our team had maybe like 3 or 4 guys left, and I pushed one of the corners almost to where their start point was, and my friend Sean was shooting on the other side of a bunker and couldn't see me. So I actually could have shot him there. That would have been fine and dandy. No, that wasn't good enough. So I had to, like, sneak up to him and just shoot him point blank.
Oh, gosh. Nice.
That's how we do.
Yeah, that's how.
He had like a bloody welt. He mooned me later. It was.
Oh, nice.
Yes, payback.
I'm glad Airsoft doesn't have those kind of injuries. I don't know. We still get pretty bloody. Anyway, thanks for joining us once again on the Not So Round Table. This one's released on our regularly scheduled.
Yeah, sorry for last
regular
week.
schedule. It's all good. I think you guys aren't upset, right? Please.
No, they're not. Theme. Where is the what do you want? What, you have any idea for a theme? I was
Theme
thinking like
for questions.
I was thinking like maybe we could do something with like BB hits or something like that. But that story I just told, or
No, because we got to come up with a theme for
Yeah, I
them
know.
asking us questions.
what's
So
a
our
theme?
themes in the past have been gear related, travel,
yeah, gear was like our best episode, which I don't understand why.
gear travel. Let's do tactics. If you guys have any tactics-related questions, whether they're for CQB or for Milsim, whether you want to know about room clearing or entry,
that's
or
good. I like that.
corners, or just kind of basic tactics about reloading, anything that has to do with just general play to make your lives easier when engaging people. Any kind of helpful tips and tricks that you guys want to learn,
stuff,
questions,
tactics, stuff like that. Ask us anything. What we'll actually do is we'll bring a rifle and a pistol and just over here, and so we need to demo something.
Oh, sure, okay.
But if you have any tactics questions related, he's pretty good at moving and shooting. I have a knowledge.
good at getting shot.
I have a knowledge of sort of knowing how to blend two versions of tactics together.
Yeah, because I don't know real steel tactics at all.
Real steel tactics are like kind of boring compared to airsoft,
Right, that's
because
why I
you're
don't-
just like, I have to make sure that my barrel's doing this.
I'm like this the whole time. Like I've got my.
Oh,
Anyway.
like
We'll see you guys next time.
see you guys.